Welcome back. We have a question here that reads, a bus moving at 288 kilometers per hour finally reaches a bus station at 180 kilometers per hour. If the time taken during this journey is 4 seconds, determine the distance traveled by the bus. Solution: the initial velocity of the bus is 288 kilometers per hour. The final velocity of the bus is 180 kilometers per hour, and the time taken is 4 seconds. So we are asked to calculate the distance traveled by the bus. Now, first what I have to do is to convert the velocities that I have in meters per seconds. So the initial velocity in meters per seconds is equal to the initial velocity in kilometers per hour, multiply it by 1000, then divide it by 3600. That is 288 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600. 288 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600 will be 80 meters per second. Okay, so the final velocity in meters per second is equal to the final velocity in kilometers per hour, multiply it by 1000 divided by 3600. That will be 180 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600. So we will have 50 meters per second. Okay, now how can we calculate the distance? Well, my advice is always try to find the acceleration if it is possible, because whenever you calculate the acceleration, it provides you more option to be able to calculate whatever you want to calculate later on. So we know that acceleration is v minus u divided by t. So the final velocity is 50 minus the initial velocity is 80 divided by the time taken is 4 seconds. So that will be 50 minus 80. That will be minus 30 all over 4. So therefore, the acceleration is actually a deceleration because of the negative value. And 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. So we're going to have negative 7.5 meters per second squared. Then what can we do to calculate the distance? We can use S is equal to ut plus half at squared. And so that will be the initial velocity is 80 multiplied by the time is 4 plus half multiplied by the acceleration is minus 7.5 multiplied by the time is 4. So we square that. That will be 80 times 4 is 320 plus half multiplied by minus 7.5 multiplied by 4 squared is 16. So that will be 320 plus 1 over 2 multiplied by minus 7.5 multiplied by 16 will have minus 60. So therefore we'll have 320 minus 60, and therefore the distance is 260 meters. Okay, alternatively we can use v squared is equal to u squared plus 2as. Then v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. We divide both sides by 2a to make s the subject of the formula. So therefore s is equal to v squared minus u squared all over 2a. So the final velocity is 50 squared minus the initial velocity is 80 squared divided by 2 into the acceleration is negative 7.5. So that will be 50 squared is 2,500 minus 80 squared is 6,400 divided by 2 times negative 7.5 is negative 15. So 2,500 minus 6,400 is negative 3,900 divided by negative 15. The negative signs will cancel out, so we'll have 3,900 divided by 15, which is 260 meters. Okay, any of the formula or the equation you use will work. All right. We have a question here that reads, an express train moving at 226.8 kilometers per hour is uniformly decelerating at 0.25 meters per second squared to cover a distance of 7.29 kilometers. Determine the final velocity in kilometers per hour and the time it takes to reach its destination in minutes. Solution: the initial velocity of the train is 226.8 kilometers per hour. It is decelerating at 0.25 meters per second squared. So that will be negative 0.25 meters per second squared. And the distance is 7.29 kilometers. So the question asks us to find the final velocity in kilometers per hour and the time in minutes. Okay, so the first thing is I will advise you to do your workings in the SI unit, then you can convert it to what the question instructs us to do. So first, let's convert the velocity to meters per second. The velocity in meters per second is equal to the velocity in kilometers per hour, multiply it by 1,000, divided by 3,600. So that will be 226.8 multiplied by 1,000 divided by 3,600, and we will have 63 meters per second. Okay, we also have the distance in kilometers, so let's convert it to meters. The distance in meters is equal to the distance in kilometers multiplied by 1,000. So that will be 7.29 times 1,000, and we will have 7,290 meters. Then what can we do to find V if we have U, A, and S? So if we use the formula, V squared is equal to U squared plus 2AS, we can be able to find V. So the initial velocity is 63, so that will be 63 squared plus 2 into the acceleration is negative 0.25. It is actually a deceleration. Multiplied by the distance is 7,290. So 63 squared is 3,969 plus 2 times negative 0.25 times 7,290 is negative 3,645. So that will be 3,969 minus 3,645. 3,969 minus 3,645 is 324. So that is V squared. If we want to find V, then that will be the square root of 324. So V is equal to 18 meters per second. Okay. Now, if we have calculated V, but the question is asking us to express it in kilometers per hour, so the final velocity in kilometers per hour is equal to the final velocity in meters per second, multiply it by 3,600 divided by 1,000. So it is the opposite, okay? So that will be 18 multiplied by 3,600 divided by 1,000. So we will have 64.8 kilometers per hour. All right, now let's try to calculate the time. So we know that time is equal to V minus U divided by A. So that will be the final velocity, which is 18, minus the initial velocity in meters per second is 63, divided by the acceleration is minus 0.25. So what will we have? 18 minus 63 is minus 45, divided by minus 0.25. So the negative signs will cancel. Therefore, time will be 45 divided by 0.25. That is 180 seconds. But how can we convert that to minutes? So time in minutes is equal to time in seconds divided by 60. That will be 180 divided by 60. So the time in minutes will be 3 minutes. Okay, and that answers the question. Thank you very much for watching the video. If this is the first time of visiting this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like our videos, and you can share them.